point guard and a primary ball handler and offensive initiator is absolutely brilliant. And I know that's no slight on Siakam. Siakam has done a phenomenal job. Is orders of magnitude far and away the best player on the team this year. But Barnes has really shown that improvement, and I really want to see more of that. So we're going to look at a couple plays. First play is going to obviously be from that Atlanta game, as you can see on the screen. I think you can see on the screen.
Yes.
Awesome. And basically, the first thing that I'm going to notice is, again, look who's on Barnes, DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray is not a small guy, and he's covering Barnes. And you're going to see in this play, it's going to be a pick and roll with Koloko. You're going to see a couple things. Tim, anytime you want me to stop the play, let me know. Anytime you want to comment, start commenting. So yeah, I'm going to just start the play here, and let's go.
Pause. So if you saw the initial screen, Koloku's feet are planted.
Would you like me to go back?
Just go back. If it's possible to go back like half a second.
Like that.
So a little more. Go forward. Sorry, go forward a bit. Right there. So look at Koloku's feet. They are planted. He is parallel to DeJounte Murray's body. This is a great screen. Sometimes in the NBA, you get this little shoulder screen they try to set, and then they get mad because they refs call a legal screen. You have to have your feet planted. You have to have your body into their shoulders, more or less, in the side of their body. So
Right.
Koloku's doing everything correct right now on this pick. So what we saw there, and if you can go back to where he just starts to roll to the basket.
Right here?
Yes. So he opens up, and this is very textbook right now. Kind of does this little, it's not a push off, but he's holding DeJounte Murray as he opens up to the basket. And Scottie Barnes, being 6'8", 6'9", he can clearly see over a Kongwu, unlike a Malachi Flynn or a Fred, who are around 5'11" to 6 feet. So that just gives us another advantage when Scottie is initiating the offense, particularly doing the pick and roll when you have a guy 6'8" and Koloko 7 foot.
So, yeah, and like, to me, I look at this, and it, just like you were saying, it's like, okay, he's the point guard. If I'm Fred and I'm trying to make this pass, or Lowry, this is part of the reason why Lowry used to do short roll passes, and he used to do a lot of bounce passes and thread the needle. But if you're Barnes, you don't need to do that.
No, Fred would have to do a bounce pass or between a Kongwu's legs or something like that, because if his hands are up, it's going to be much more difficult for Fred to make that pass. But when you're Scottie Barnes, when you're Pascal Siakam making this pass, finding the mismatch, which is key here. Koloko 7 foot, DeJounte Murray 6'4".
Yeah, the best pass that I've ever seen Fred play or make was last year. It was on the Boston Celtics, and it was he did a wraparound. I can't remember to who, but it was around Horford, and he couldn't even, like, he literally, his face was in Horford's chest, and like, he made the pass, but it's like, that's the amount of effort and energy that he has to play with to make a pass. Whereas Barnes, obviously, he's putting effort, energy into these plays, but because of his size, his strength, his physicality, which he's still getting used to, which is crazy. It's it's just no comparison to what he can do. And that's also why Siakam has been really, really good in this role as well, because of what he's been able to provide. So again,
and as we see, when Koloko was about to roll, we saw kind of 5 or 4 out, including Scottie. Now it's just Koloko on the inside. I think it's Aaron Holiday for the Hawks. He has to stay closer to Trent because Trent's a threat to shoot from 3. Roll, from many coaches have said, it's the toughest play to guard in the NBA. Now, when you have a mismatch nightmare, which Toronto can put on the floor, makes it even tougher.
Absolutely. So this play was against Miami, Atlanta. The next play will be against Miami, and again, Scottie Barnes pick and roll, and we're gonna just see again the mismatches that he is able to create, but also just his brilliance as a player. The other thing is that I think Koloko does a really good job of being a roll man. He is a little raw. He does need to improve on his core strength, but you see the flashes there, you see the process there. And to me, That's the reason why Nurse is playing him sometimes over Precious, and why he's playing a lot. He had a rough game in the Dallas game, so I do think that that's important to just footnote there. But overall, I've liked what I've seen, and keeping in mind that yes, he is going to not be perfect, but he's also like a rookie, so you know.
And as we see, Koloko, Peter Planet, he's into Trey Young's body parallel. He's not
Mhm.
trying to clip his shoulder or anything like that, or clip the back of his feet.
Yeah.
He is in perfect position to set this screen.
I don't
And
think
there's a
that's Trey Young though. I will point that out. I'm not sure
oh, my
who this
apologies.
is
It's not
actually,
Trey Young. Trey
because
Young's at the top. Yes,
Trey's little tuft of hair is right by
I see him.
Trent.
I see the
Um,
top of the three up. My apologies.
what's interesting, so this is later in the game than the first play. So obviously Atlanta's made some adjustments. What's interesting here is that they have, I believe, DeJounte Murray over in the far corner, covering Precious Achua. So we're gonna just see how this play, uh, unfolds and see, what happens. So, oof, sorry.
Okay. And no, but that's a once again we see another textbook screen. It's DeAndre Hunter. So
Yeah.
what happens here? We have Koloko setting the screen. Okay, and just keep playing, Tanny. I'll tell you when to stop. Freeze. So before that pass was thrown,
Right here.
right there, right there. Look at all the space that Scottie has to work with, all the open space behind Koloko and on the right hand side of the key. You
And
want to play.
look at how he's being guarded. I believe that that's a Congo again. I believe I
Yep.
can't see the number.
I think it's Clint Capella
It's
actually.
Clint Capel. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So Clint, you're right. So Clint is about to throw that in. He's putting his arm up, and Scotty, yes, jumps into this pass, but because he is so massive as a human being, like I just, sorry, I feel like I interrupted you a little bit, but like it's just I'm amazed at Scotty's physical attributes here and his ability to actually throw that pass. But sorry, go on.
You don't see many 6'8", 6'9" guys in the world to have his kind of vision,
No.
his kind of offensive court awareness. But look how open it is in front of Koloko for Scottie to make this pass. You want to play the game of basketball in open spaces. You don't want to clog up on offense, that's for sure. Koloko has basically an easy path to the rim. And who's the help person that's going to come help on Koloko? It's DeJounte Murray at 6'4". You have to attack the rim when you're Koloko. And on this play, if you don't mind playing it now, um, Koloko does exactly that. He just jams it on him,
And a dunk.
and then there's the dunk. But once again, as we mentioned in the last on the last video,
Yeah.
Scottie is 6'9". It's easy for him to make these plays. Magic did it all the time in the '80s, right? Because he was 6'9", could make those passes to Kareem. So just Scottie's skill set, Scottie's vision to see, oh, there's open space, but also I'll give Koloko credit too for rolling into the open space, right?
Yeah.
Just so he can, because if there was a defender there, maybe he does roll into him, but it's wide open for Koloko to roll the basket. Just easy dunk.
Again, 6'9" point guard. You have Dinwiddie covering you, and he's going to flip that ball all the way over for an open three, and we're going to see that court vision is nasty. Hopefully, I will put this in a breakdown at some point. For the splash. And the beautiful thing about that too is, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, so he passed it to the left. So he passed it to open space, and Otto was able to just, in my opinion, move, a little bit over, shooting pocket, and he was ready to take the score. I don't know if you have anything else to add to
And
that.
and on this play as well,
Mhm.
Scottie can see Otto.
Yeah.
But you know who can't see Scottie on this play? Christian
Uh
Wood, who was guarding Otto
oh,
Porter. His head is
in the blue
turned.
shoes.
He's not even looking at Scottie, right? So
Yeah.
a lot of great guards, especially Steve Nash, was very good at this on offense. If you weren't looking at him, or you weren't looking at your person that they were guarding, it was easy for him to throw a lob pass up to Amari or Sean Marion. Scottie Barnes right now is able to see that Christian Wood is not looking at Scottie and just looking at Otto. On defense, you ideally want to have your head on the swivel, trying to somewhat look at both. Now in the NBA, it's a little more difficult to do, but I'm taking a guess here that Scottie sees that Christian Wood can't see Scottie Barnes what he's going to do.
So let's actually go just to the beginning of the play, and we'll play it in one.
Christian Wood's head turns after the ball has gone by him, more or less.
He just heard it go by, and he said, "Oh, yeah." You can see his head go. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, and he throws it over his head. It's not in front of him or behind him. It's over his head.
And the other thing is that this defender, I'm not sure who this is, but this defender, his body. Look how his body turned. He is not in an optimal position to close out.
Yep.
Christian Wood is the guy who should be closing out, and he is. Look at that space, and that is an open shot. So yeah.
That is splash. Barbecue chicken splash.